Moon, I really like it when you are hard. It's pretty interesting.
Those
So
are my
it's,
three threes, so
I know, but it's so good
That's
when you do
thumbs
it.
up.
that's right.
We're just gonna kill everyone at the
Well, I mean
council.
that could happen
It could.
because I have a move now that could have interesting results.
I'm just, hey,
Setter.
you're
Center.
motivating me to manipulate at the meeting because I manipulate with weird.
+2.
I have a 0 because I rolled it over.
What does Iris have with Setter?
Oh, we said her +1.
Okay, Setter is cool.
Okay, I still roll cool.
And sharp.
All right.
That was my second choice.
Needs to be on point today.
I'm just gonna.
Hopefully, Setter is running point.
No, it's Earl King's show.
Oh God.
It is his
Stick.
hold.
Yep, it is. It is.
I'm just there so that when someone disagrees, I can manipulate.
Let's fade up on a truck full of individuals of various ages and sizes, all with also varying expressions on their faces in anticipation for the place they're about to arrive at. There's a heavy rain currently. Not so much as you're worried it's going to start flooding, but just not as light as you'd prefer when you're driving across the city. What do we see when we look into the windows? Leon, what's the expression on your face as you're driving the car? What's going through your head?
So it's very blank almost. Just like it's like everything is just gone because there's no room for emotion. We just have to do this. It's like game mode. Blank.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of a blank, serious expression.
Okay, and I imagine Earl, you're riding shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see there?
Well, Earl looks like completely different. He's got his hair like tied back in a ponytail, and he's got on this like really, like, it's like straight out of The Last Samurai getup. He's got like formal Japanese wear on, and like he's just like staring out the window and watching the rain and thinking about things, playing out all the scenarios that could happen, and he's pretty sure there's only going to be one conclusion.
Do you want to give us insight about what you think that is, or are you going to just leave it up to imagination?
I'll leave it up to the viewers at home.
Okay. And in the back, Setter.
Yeah, Setter's probably actually like sitting on the tailgate because she's cool.
It's raining.
I know.
Bad.
Bad?
Like
Probably
bad.
still is.
Okay.
She's got too cool.
Okay.
And she's trying to think about the meeting and totally failing. And as soon as we're at any type of distance away from the tower, she is opening her brain to the maelstrom.
Okay, we'll pop over to that in 1 second. Iris?
Is Iris in the truck? I thought we agreed that she wasn't going.
Oh, you're not going?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought we agreed everybody.
I thought everyone was going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's going.
Alright. She looks also kind of stone-faced. She's wearing like nicer clothes that she usually wears for like jobs and such, but it's like really nice as she can be.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just kind of like fiddling with her fingers and just thinking.
Okay.
Her glove is like really nice. Like it's like the cleanest it's ever been.
Okay. Setter? What would you like to open your brain about?
Yeah, she's still thinking about nobody. And mostly just frustrated and trying to like, who the fuck is this type stuff. And I miss.
Yeah, you try to open your brain, but you get that, like, piercing headache, like as if there's still a bit of residue left from whatever was blocking you inside the tower.
Gotcha.
And
Which just frustrates Setter more because it reminds her of nobody.
what type of frustration is this? Is this actual frustration or sexual frustration, Setter?
It's not sexual frustration.
I mean-
it was expressed through.
I was gonna say they slept together last night.
The actual frustration expressed itself through sexual tension,
Okay.
which they released. But she's still very frustrated.
Okay, fair enough. So we pan up as we see the truck pulling up in front of what appears to be like a boring old city hall. Very fancy. Some of the towers have fallen down a little bit. Like there's posts on the outside and they've kind of crumbled, but mostly it looks pretty freaking nice. There's lots of it's kind of picturesque with the vines like creeping up on the building and the marble showing through. And you pull out in front and you see lots of cars around, more working cars in one place than you would typically see. You guys just find a place to park?
Yep.
I don't
I'll
see any
just-
people around.
I'll just park. And,
Okay.
yeah, get out, shut the door, and start, I guess, walking towards the tower. Like, I mean, this is the place.
Mm-hmm. Setter, you notice Kettle's car around. Nobody's there, but
Nobody's there.
you recognize the vehicle that you and Hope took the other day.
Like, definitely feels like the place.
Yep.
Yep. We're in the right place.
So you walk up to the front of the building and
Hmm.
double door entrance.
Okay. Are the doors locked?
Nope. You open them.
Yep, just walk
What is
in.
it with these people? Nobody locks the fucking door.
Don't these people realize it's the apocalypse?
My God. All right, open the doors up.
Update would be so mad. But yeah,
Mm.
just walk in.
You're in some boring reception area. Iris probably thinks it's pretty reminiscent of the place she was in with Brace, of Brace's like home base.
I thought Brace lived in the city hall.
He has something that he calls the city hall.
Okay, yeah, okay. Adam West, the arrogant fucked.
Yeah, like he just
Probably
calls
like a
it that.
courthouse or something.
Yeah, it's probably like a courthouse or something, but this is like the official fancy place.
Okay. It's still got like the lettering outside City Hall.
Yeah, you walk in, you see some people at a table, like playing cards and like chatting. There's guns at their sides. They look up when they see you and like put their hands on their guns.
And I look at them
Blinking
and
you.
I look at them and say, "Easy now." And I have a move for that. I'm gonna roll it. And they have to do what I say, or bad things happen. Oh, partial. All right, so my towering presence. I give them an order or warning. On a hit, they can choose one of the following. They do it, they freeze, they back away, hands where I can see them, or they attack me.
Yeah, they see him. There's like this moment of like recognition, and they all like just relax, not being tensed up anymore. And one who seems to be the leader, one guy is just like, "Don't worry about it. They're probably here on some official business. Just let them through." And just
Good idea.
waves you on to a door.
All right, go in.
Okay, yeah, it's not locked. You walk in,
God,
I assume.
yeah,
They have armed guards. Why do they have to lock it?
yeah, I know, right? It's called a second line defense,
I
people.
mean,
Jesus.
what if all the guards get killed?
Yeah, by a guy that can't kill everyone.
So
Oh well.
you open the door.
Yep.
And you walk in, and you're in a very cramped-looking conference room. There's a lot of people shoved into this goddamn room. You notice some people, like, recognize them. You recognize all the faction leaders, Millions, Foster, Wisher, Daff, and Brace. And beside them, they all have their second in command. Some of them you may recognize, some of them you may not. You know, Pellet and Kettle. Maybe you even know Lee, Daff's second, but I doubt you recognize the other two. They're not really around much. Couple of boring-looking guys, mostly. Brace's second has pretty good hair. That's yeah. Like, he's trying to look really nice, but just looks like nothing, like when he's next to Brace, you know? And then behind all the pairs in the room, there's a single armed guard. You recognize behind Foster Kryn, the actually decent guard from Foster's place.
I know Corinne.
Mm-hmm.
And they all just, like, look up at you, and, like, Wisher, like, puts a hand on her chest, like, scared the shit out of her. And, like, Foster just looks very serious. Brace looks, like, very, like, apathetic, like, not really very emotionless. Daff looks super fucking confused, and Millions looks like, well, this is interesting. Like, this is an interesting turn of events, and really see Millions for the first time. And he has dark hair and dark eyes, and he's very cleanly dressed, like very sleek, like dark suit, attempting to look as intimidating and CEO-like as he possibly can, basically. And he just like kind of just tilts his head at you, and they all just like look at you. All the guards raise their weapons at you, and everybody just like looks at you, waiting to see what you do.
Okay.
Why don't you put
Well.
those down?
Yes.
All the guards like look at each other, and then like look at the leaders, and
I just like raise an eyebrow.
Wisher's like, "You heard her. Put them down. They ain't no threat to us." And Wisher's guard immediately puts her weapon down. Everybody else hesitates. Daff Sky puts his weapons down, but you still got 3 guns pointed at you.
Oh, come on, guys. Look, if we really wanted to come in, guns a-blazing, don't you think we could have? And I guess I'll roll to manipulate. Look, we're not going to do anything, not without reason.
Who are you manipulating?
The guards to put their guns down.
Okay.
And advance. Yay. So I'm going to go ahead and say what my advancement is. I'm going to advance 3 of the moves.
Which ones?
Weird, manipulate, and act under fire.
Cool.
So, yeah. Brain, manipulate, and act under fire.
So they all just like look at each other and like nod and holster their weapons. And Millions just puts his hand, like his elbows up on the table and like steeples his fingers, and he's like, "So what can we do for you folks?"
Earl like locks eyes with Millions and says, "I think you've done enough for us."
He like he makes eye contact and doesn't blink, and he like tilts his head slightly, and he's like, "I'm not sure I understand.
You are
What
the
can the council do for the Tower Hold?" And he like puts his hands out like, "Explain yourselves."
Well, I thought I made it very clear when we first set up our little business that the council would leave us alone and not hinder us.
He's like nodding along with you, like he understands.
Now, Millions,
Yes, Mr. King?
you wouldn't happen to know anything